Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie Angel B. Paris and today I'm going to discuss the parts and functions of the cell. Life is so wondrous and amazing because plants, animals, humans, and bacteria have something in common. Even we are different from sizes and colors, and that is we have cell. That is the reason why cells are also known as the building block of life. Before everything, we have a trivia. We human, when we fertilize, we actually start in a single cell, very small, and later when we are born and when we grow up, we have 37.2 trillion cells, and more than that is incredible. Guess what? The number doesn't include the bacteria and microbes residing inside and outside of our body. So let's proceed to the main topic, which is the parts and functions of the cell. There are two types of cell, the eukaryotic cell and prokaryotic cell. The first one is the eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cells are the cells that are complex in structure and function as they have a membrane-bound, well-defined nucleus and other membrane-bound organelles. So first, I just want to say that the cell is like a school, and later on we will know the reason. So first part is the nucleus. Nucleus is a membrane-bound organelle that contains the cell's chromosomes. Pores in the nuclear membrane allow for the passage of molecules in and out of the nucleus. So nucleus is like a principal of our school. Why? Because she or he is in charge of what goes on in school. He makes sure that all kids are in school and getting the education need. As the nucleus, it is a part of cell containing DNA and RNA and is responsible for growth and reproduction. Another one is the endoplasmic reticulum. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum, the rough endoplasmic reticulum and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. First is the rough endoplasmic reticulum. It is a membrane is continuous with a nuclear envelope which surrounds the cell nucleus. The rough endoplasmic reticulum is also located near the Golgi apparatus, which transports, modifies, and packages proteins for delivery to targeted destinations. Many proteins that are synthesized in the rough endoplasmic reticulum are packaged into vesicles and transported to the Golgi apparatus. So as I said earlier that the cell is like a school, in rough endoplasmic reticulum, it is like a hallway in our school. Why? Because it is a passageway that sends and delivers proteins throughout the cell. Another one is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Its functions is mainly metabolic processes. It synthesizes lipids, phospholipids as in plasma membranes, and steroids. Cells that secrete these products, such as cells of the testes, ovaries, and skin oil glands, have an axis of smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And we have the Golgi apparatus. The Golgi apparatus is an organelle in eukaryotic organism that moves molecules from the endoplasmic reticulum to their destination. From the word destination, meaning the function of Golgi apparatus is to tell the proteins where to go. Like the room numbers of our school, they tell the students where to go. Another one, the cell membrane. It is the boundary between the cell and its environment. Cell membrane controls what goes in and out of the cell, much like the main doors of in our school, where control what go into the school. And we have the microtubule. Microtubule are polymers of tubulin that form part of the cytoskeleton and provide structure and shape to eukaryotic cells. Microtubules with intermediate filaments and microfilaments are the components of the cell skeleton which determines the shape of a cell. Another part is the centrosome. This part is also known as a central apparatus. It comprises of two centrosomes, and this organelle is not membrane bounded. These centrosomes form spindle fibers during cell division. The centrosome help in cell division. They maintain the chromosome number during cell division. They also stimulate the changes in the shape of the cell membrane by phagocytes. In mitosis, it helps in organizing the microtubules, ensuring that the centrosomes are distributed to each daughter cell. Next one is the ribosomes. It is a macromolecular machine found within all living cells that performs biological protein synthesis. Ribosome makes protein out of amino acid because every cell needs proteins in order to function, and it is like a protein factory. The next one is the lysosomes. It is a membrane-bound cell organelle that contains digestive enzymes. When we talk about the lysosome, it digests and gets rid of unwanted substances, like how garbage cans get rid of substances. They may be used to destroy invading viruses and bacteria. The next one is cytoplasm. It is a thick solution that fills each cell and is enclosed by the cell membrane. When we talk about this part, it is like a gel fluid inside the cell. It is the medium for chemical reaction. It provides a platform upon which other organelles can operate within the cells. Another part is the mitochondria. It is often labeled the powerhouse of the cell. The most prominent rules of this part is to provide the energy currency of the cell. Did you know that your heart muscle cell is about 5,000 mitochondria per cell? These cells need more energy, so they contain more mitochondria than any other organ in the body. And we have the cilia. The fine hair-like projections from certain cells, such as those in the respiratory tract, that sweep in unison and help to sweep away fluids and particles. The function of cilia is to move water relative to the cell in a regular movement of the cilia. This process can either result in the cell moving through the water, typical for many single-celled organisms, or in moving water in its contents across the surface of the cell. Another one is the flagellum. It is a lash-like appendage that protrudes from cell body of certain cells termed as flagellates. Its function is to help the cell to move, and flagella can serve as sensory organelles. And we have the microfilaments. It is a protein filaments in the cytoplasm of eukaryotic cells that form part of the cytoskeleton. Microfilaments, however, it is assessed with the cell movement and are made of proteins called actin. Actin works with another protein called myosin to produce muscle movements, cell division, and cytoplasmic streaming. Microfilaments keep organelles in place within the cell. So let's proceed to the second type of cell. It is the prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotes are organisms whose cells lack a nucleus and other organelles. Most prokaryotes are small, single-celled organisms that have a relatively simple structure. Prokaryotic cells are surrounded by a plasma membrane, but they have no internal membrane-bound organelles within their cytoplasm. And we have the first part is the capsule. It is a large structure of many bacteria. It is a polysaccharide layer that lies outside the cell envelope. There are main functions of capsule: to prevent, protect, and attach. First is to prevent the cell from drying, and the second one is to protect. It protects from mechanical injury and temperature, and it can protect a bacterial from ingestion and destructive by white blood cells. Lastly is the attachment, wherein capsule help in attachment on the surface. Another one is the cell wall. It is a structural layer surrounding some types of cell, just outside the cell membrane. The cell wall surrounds the plasma membrane of cells and provides tensile strength and protection against mechanical and osmotic stress. It is also allows cells to develop turgor pressure, which is the pressure of the cell contents against the cell wall. And we have the pili. Pili are short, hair-like structure on the cell surface of prokaryotic cells. Its function is to move but are more often involved in adherence to surface, which facilitates infection and it is the key virulence characteristics. And that is all. Thank you for watching. God bless.